Hello, my wonderful students. I probably already told you once, but just as a reminder, please make sure that your name is at the top of your paper. And this is our Chapter 8 assessment, Part 1. So number 1 says Chen has these coins. How much money does Chen have? Count on to find the total. So they put it in order for you already. And so now you just start here, count on, and how many cents does Chen have total? You can pause and work on that one. Number 2, Ellen has 4 coins. The total value is 46 cents. She has 1 quarter, 1 dime, and 1 penny. Which shows her 4th coin? So she has 4 coins. They told you what 3 of them are. They told you the total. You need to figure out what her 4th coin is. You can pause and work on that. Number 3, Nancy has 31 cents. Which coins could she have? Choose all that apply. So there might be more than one answer. So you need to check all of them. Not check each box, but check to see if it equals 31 cents to see which combinations of coins she could have, possibly. You can pause and work on that one. Number 4, George has 4 quarters. I don't know why I keep throwing numbers in there. Sorry, guys. George has quarters, dimes, and nickels. Show all the ways he can make 25 cents. Use tally marks. So I'm going to move my face out of the way. And circle the way that uses the least number of coins. So they want you to do 2 things here, so make sure you don't skip any. He has quarters, dimes, and nickels. So that's what they put in your box. Show all the ways he can make 25 cents, all these different combinations, using tally marks to represent how many of each coin will equal the total. You can pause. Oh, and then circle the way that uses the least number of coins. You can pause and work on those 2 parts. All right. Number 5, Mr. Zink has the dollar bills shown below. So Mr. Zink has this. How many dollars does Mr. Zink have? So you need to figure out how many dollars this is, and then bubble in your answer. You can pause. Number 6, Claire has 2 $20 bills, 2 $5 bills, and 3 $1 bills. You guys are really good at figuring out that your key numbers in there, but make sure you're paying attention to how many of each of those bills Claire has. How much more money does Claire need to buy a bike that costs $89? And then explain. Don't skip that part. Solve it, tell me what your answer is, and explain how you know. And then the second part there says, what bills can you use to show how much money Claire needs? So here you are showing the bills that represents the money that you found out she needs here. Make sure you do both parts. You can pause and work on those. Number 7, Kay, oh maybe it's Miss Kay, has saved $30. Show 3 different ways to make $30. Use tally marks in the table at the right. Circle the way that uses the least number of bills. So this is very similar to question 4 that you worked on. But now Kay has saved $30. Show 3 different ways that you can make $30 using these bills. And then the second part, circle the way that uses the least number of bills. So you can pause and work on that one. All right. Last page, front and back, you're almost there. Number 8, Sandy wakes up in the morning at the time shown on the clock. What time does Sandy wake up? So you need to pay attention to where the hour hand is, where the minute hand is, and then bubble in the time that she wakes up. Don't get tricked. They're asking you to choose between AM and PM. Number 9. Sarah's baseball game starts at the time shown on the clock. Is this the time her game starts? Choose yes or no. So, they told you what time her game starts, and then here they want you to ask yourself, is this the time her game starts? For all of these different options. So you're thinking of different ways to say this time. Bubble in yes if that is another way to say that time. Bubble in no if it is not. So you should have 4 answers here. Yes or no for each one. You can stop and work on that one. Number 10. The clock shows the time that Holly leaves for school. It takes 15 minutes to walk to school. At what time will Holly arrive at school? This is when they're getting you ready for 3rd grade. They're going to ask you these types of questions a lot. So here's the time Holly leaves for school. It takes her 15 minutes. So what time will she arrive at school? And it says choose all that apply. So remember, that's your hint that there might be more than one right answer. So you have to double check each one of these to see if that's another way to say the time that you found. So you can pause and work on that one. And then number 11. The first clock shows the time the sun rises. Write the same time on the second clock. Then circle AM or PM. So there's 2 parts to this, don't forget. You need to write this time that's on your analog clock on the digital clock, and then circle if that's AM or PM. So pay attention to your clues in here. All right. Last page. Number 12. Look at the time on the first clock. What time will it be in 10 minutes from this time? Once you find that, write that time on the second clock. You can pause. Number 13. Circle AM or PM to tell when you would do each activity. So, what time would you watch the sunset at 7:40? Would you watch the sunset in the AM or the PM? How about take a music lesson after school? Or brush your teeth before school? Or eat breakfast at 6:45? Circle AM or PM for when you would do each of these activities. And number 14. Draw lines to match the time on each clock in the first row to the same time shown in the second row. Now, I don't know why they did these in colors. They might be trying to trick you, or they might match. You have to double check and decide. So you're looking for 4:30 on one of these clocks. Once you find 4:30 on one of these clocks, draw a line connecting your digital clock to your analog clock that you chose. And then do the same thing for 5:15. Find 5:15 and draw a line. Look at 4:45, find it, draw a line to connect it. And then same thing for 5:30. Don't just match color to color. They want you to match time to time. All right, you can finish that one up and then you are all done. Good job, guys.